Hello, good day. My name is Shakiro, and there's some things I would like to talk about. I'm just an ordinary person, and I'm just an ordinary person like ordinary people you would see or meet or visit everywhere. And I do ordinary things, and I just go about everyday life as an ordinary experience. I live with my family, that would be my parents and my sister and me. And my family is pretty much an ordinary family, just ordinary people doing everyday things and going about living life as an ordinary experience. And I too am an ordinary person, just another ordinary person you see or meet, like everybody else living in this world, just as ordinary things and just an ordinary everyday life experience. Growing up, I went to school. I went from primary school to secondary school. That would be the equivalent to elementary school and high school. And when I was in school and growing up in school, I did fairly well in school. I had good grades. I would do good in class. I even topped my class a number of times. Gotten into the top position like first place, sometimes second or third, but a lot of times I got first place in primary school on my termly exams. And I did very good in primary school. And coming closer to the end of primary school, we had a national examination. I wrote the national examination and I got a good school. I got a top school, a top secondary school, and I attended that school. And after I entered secondary school, I did more subjects than what I did in primary school. Primary school, I did about 4 subjects. Secondary school, I did about 18 subjects. And I had a lot to learn and a lot of reading and studying and catching up to do with my academic endeavors. In secondary school, I mostly studied science or science subjects or science based subjects. I studied science based subjects, some engineering subjects, and some home economic subjects, including subjects like languages such as maths and such as Spanish and French and social studies and history. And the secondary school that I went to, they say that they mostly specialize in teaching science subjects or mostly specialize in teaching science or sciences. So I studied a lot of sciences growing up in school and I did fairly good at them. I got good grades. Most of my grades, the range was like from 60% to about 80%, coming close to nearly 90%, 88 or close to 90%, 88% coming close to 90%. And I did good in my subjects, but there were a few subjects that I had challenges with or I struggled with or I had difficulties with or had a hard time with when I was in secondary school learning and getting good grades or better grades in, and those subjects were mathematics and French. I wasn't that good at mathematics in secondary school, but I was better at it in primary school. I wasn't getting past a certain percentile or certain percentage, and that would be like maybe around 50 or 60%. I tried to get my grades up to like a 70 or 80%, but sometimes that wouldn't work. And when it came to the foreign languages like French, sometimes I would get maybe a 50 or 60%, and then there were times where I would gotten less grades, maybe 40% or 49%, and I guess they were the only two subjects that I struggled with to get good grades in secondary school. Over the years, as the years go by in secondary school, enter a new level, the subjects that I appear to struggle with from year to year were maths and French until I reached about third form, fourth form. I dropped French when I entered fourth form because I had managed to get into the science class or the science stream where I would study science subjects and I would write science subjects or mostly science subjects, and I would have subjects qualifying me in the field of sciences. And I dropped French. I started to attend math classes or extra lessons or math lessons, and I took lessons for a number of other subjects. I would attend lessons in the afternoon or after school was dismissed, and I would come home in the afternoon, and when I get home I would spend some time watching TV. I would sometimes watch cartoons or various TV shows, and when done I would do my homework. I would spend time reading over my notes from school, and I would spend time doing my homework just to ensure I got all the work done for the day when doing my take home assignments, and that's basically what I would do every day from school. And when it came closer to exams, I tried studying from my notebooks and my textbooks. I tried to read ahead and read up on the various topics that we needed to cover. But we had a syllabus, so I would get a copy of the syllabus and follow the syllabus that the teachers would use to teach us in class and in school. We got copies from our teachers. Some we got as soft copies or PDF copies. Some we got as hard copies or photocopy them. And I would do reading up and studying and try to make things easier for me or better for me. I would read my textbooks and read ahead of the lesson until sometimes I even complete the textbook, read out the textbook in a number of months, maybe 3 months or 4 months. And then when I wrote the exams, I was a bit nervous, but I spent a number of months studying. That was when I was in fifth form in my last year, and I put a lot of time into studying and trying to make sure I could get the best grades possible. When I finished writing all my exams and I received my grades in the month of July and August, it was in the month of August I received my grades. I did good at my exams. I passed my exams. I got good grades. The other rating for grades, grade 1, 2s, and 3s were pass grades. The other grades like grade 4, 5, and 6 were all fail grades. I managed to get a number of grade 1s. I got 4 grade 1s, 4 grade 2s, and 3 grade 3s. I wrote about 10 subjects, but I managed to pass all my subjects. So I believe I did good in my secondary school experience and I got good grades. And after secondary school, I tried seeking jobs. I tried applying for jobs and I managed to get a job in the summer of July 2010 at an international hotel as a bartender and waiter. I worked there for an entire year as a bartender and waiter. Sometimes I would work the bar, The hotel had it was a hotel, but they also had a bar and restaurant and a poolside that guests would come down to swim and eat and drink and dine and have fun and be entertained and enjoy themselves. And they would also have a live band there on weekends, so the live band would come over and people would come to watch them play and be entertained by them and listen to the various songs that they would sing and so on. I would sometimes work in the bar as the barman. Back then I was 16 turned 17 years old, and then I would sometimes work on the floor, mostly on the floor as a waiter, taking orders from the guests and delivering the orders to the guests and so on. And I worked there for a year. It was at first strange because I'd never worked before. I took some time to get used to it, and it felt a bit weird, but after some time working it, I got used to it, but it was fatiguing. Most of the time I'd have to stand and work, but sometimes I get to take a seat and get to rest my body and rest my legs and so on. But I got used to it, and sometimes the guests would leave tips and they gain a little extra money and I'd make a little extra money for that day. And I would add up my tips or save up my tips, and I would get my pay from the company, my salary that they would pay me every month, and that was about it. And after I worked 1 year at the hotel, I quit the job as a bartender and waiter, and I tried entering into the university in my country. I attended the university for the first semester. That was in August 2011 to about December 2011, and I tried attending classes and so on for a year, but eventually I ran out of money and I didn't have a whole lot of money. I had a whole lot of money saved up after working a year at the hotel, but and I got that money from saving my salary and saving the amount of tips I would get from the guests. But it came up to a fairly good amount of money or a large amount of money. But I did not have a whole lot of money left after trying to attend university for the first semester. Sometimes I spent some money just on shopping and spent money on a number of other things, and I was running out of money. So I quit university and I left after the first semester. I spent a number of months at home. I wrote application letters to a number of companies. I wrote a number of people for a job. Over the years, various companies in various fields of studies: science, business, art, technology, engineering, health sciences, everything you could think about. But some of them would say, they write you back a letter stating if they have any vacancies, they will contact you for an interview. A few times I was contacted for an interview, but I didn't get a job. Sometimes you just receive a letter, but nobody contacts you. Sometimes you wrote a number of letters and nobody contacted you. And I spent a number of years writing application letters, a number of years at home, until some new companies came to my country, and there were some IT companies. They were offering jobs in they were offering jobs in IT, but they were call centers, and they were selling services like internet services to customers in various territories like the USA or the Caribbean or other parts of the world. And I worked, I applied at the new IT companies or the call centers, and I got a job with one of the companies, and I worked with them for a number of months, but I ended up leaving the job or so because of a number of reasons. They would have the people on the management team and they would be the quality analyst and they would write you up after every phone call and grade you or rate you on how they think the phone calls went. And after spending a number of months at the call center that I first applied at for a job, I got written up by the quality analysts a number of times. Sometimes you got good reviews, sometimes they weren't so good by the quality analysts, and eventually I left the job and I applied at another call center, and I met a similar experience. I was on for about 2 months and I met the same experience with the quality analysts. They would just write you up on every phone call. Sometimes you get good reviews, sometimes you won't get good reviews, and after 2 months of being at the call center, they fired me that time. They said that I was slurring on my phone calls, and when I speaking to the customers, I wasn't that real clear speaking to the customers on the phone, and they helped me out for a number of other things, but I got fired and I left, and I'd been out for about another year or so. And I was seeking other jobs, and I got a job at a company as a security guard, and I worked as a security guard for about a year. And after working with that security company for a year, they put me at a number of various locations in the country. Some were safe, some were secure, some were at residences, some were in neighborhoods and communities, some were at housing schemes, some were at people's houses. It's just that they have a guard outposts and bathroom facilities for you to use, but you're guarding people at their residences or at their houses or homes. And it wasn't, to me, entirely such a bad experience, but after a year working with them, they moved me from the housing schemes and the neighborhoods and the community and the homes, and they put me to work at a different location. I think it was a parking lot, and things were getting out of hand there. And it was at a different spot, a different location, and things were getting out of hand and a bit dangerous. And I didn't really like the way how things were looking. To me, it was getting dangerous, and I didn't want to endanger myself or endanger my life for the sake of a job or because of a job. So I quit and I left the security company. And since then, I've been home and I've been home again. So I've been home, and when at home, I would read books, I would watch TV, I would watch videos, I spend time on the internet. I watch a number of videos. I mostly watch videos on YouTube. And for the longest while, I've been watching videos on YouTube. And I watch a number of videos by various people, various stuff talking about their life and what's it like in their life and the things they're going through and so on and so forth. And aside from watching videos, I have a PlayStation 4 video game system. I would play video games, and I would download games from the PlayStation Store. I mostly play the free games. I would download the free games. I have a few games that I bought or that I got with the system. I would play those too. And I would even try downloading demos and other free games you can get from the PlayStation Store. And I would play games in my free time or whenever I don't really have nothing else to do on the day. Or sometimes I just throw back and play games, spend a number of hours playing video games or gain some PlayStation and so on. Well, that is basically about it. So I'm just an ordinary person. I may not be the most outstanding person or the most spectacular person, or I may not seem to be like the kind of special people you hear people talking about, or people would look at or go after, or people would follow. But I'm just an ordinary person. I may not have any special skills. I may not be anything special, but I'm just an ordinary person, and I'm here every day in life trying to find things to do and ways to occupy my time and things to do to make my life easier and make my life better and enjoy life. And I'm really trying to make the best out of life and get the best out of life and enjoy life as much as I could. So if you enjoy my video, I hope you will give it a like and you will subscribe and you subscribe to my channel. And I'd like to thank you for watching my video. So I'd like to say thank you for watching my video and hope you enjoy it, and hope I'll be able to inspire you or somebody someday in some way and could appeal to them and hopefully touch them or reach them and make them feel better or encourage them in some way. So I'd like to say thanks. Thank you for watching my video, and please do enjoy your day. Thanks.